Okay, I'm gonna try to not sound sick. We'll see how it goes.
It's okay. You're sick. It's okay.
It's okay, it's just sickness.
It's just sick. It's just sick.
One
Yes.
tends to sound sick when they are, in fact, sick.
What?
I know. Blew your mind right there.
Crazy.
Absolutely. Last pod, I think it was. It might have been the one before. I can't really remember. But I talked about our downloads, and the listeners did not disappoint. We are now, at this time of recording, well over 500 downloads. Whoop whoop.
Yay.
Like,
Yes.
total or
Yeah, total.
for one of the episodes? Oh, okay.
Oh man, that is wishful thinking at the moment. I would love
Yeah, but
that.
I will dream that impossible dream.
Let's see. As of right now, we are at 544 downloads. And right now is
Hey.
10/3/24 at 7:43 p.m. Central Standard Time. But also, we have a couple new countries pop up on our map for downloads. Aside from the United States and Canada, because duh, that's where we are, the very first country to pop up on our downloads by location was Germany, and then the UK, and then Poland, then Australia, South Africa, Egypt, and now China. We're slowly taking over.
Taking
True.
over one country at a time.
One very sad, scary story at a time. Yeah. But yeah, so that's really cool. So thank y'all for downloads because it really does let us know if y'all are enjoying the pod or not.
And if you're not, why not?
Yeah, honestly,
This is
What
true.
the heck is the matter with you?
who doesn't want to listen to us talk for 30 minutes to an hour and a half at a time?
If you're not listening, what are you doing?
Honest. Honestly, these are the important questions. All right. So, hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us on today's episode of Can You Repeat That podcast? We're your hosts. My name is Leslie.
My name's Chantelle.
And I am Atlas.
Today, we have another shanty story. Two in a row.
Oh my God. How unfortunate for everybody.
I'm
I
gonna get
No, I'm
know.
spoiled.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
know.
I mean, Les, you can cut this out. I probably should have said this earlier. But the story is about a cryptid, Atlas. So it's a little short.
You're
So
telling the
we
story
might
about me, Cryptid
no
Atlas?
cryptid Atlas. Cryptid, comma, Atlas, period.
Mm, it's okay. The world is not ready to hear my story yet.
Um, so it's a little short, sweet, and simple. So just like chime in if you have anything to add to the
Yeah. This will be a talk or discussion heavy
yeah,
episode.
maybe. I
I'm
don't know. We'll
excited.
see. We'll
Well,
see. I
what's
don't
what's
know.
the cryptid?
Yeah, what's the cryptid, Shanty? What's the cryptid?
You'll find out. What do you mean? The
Tell
hell?
us. Tell
Nah,
us
you're not
now.
getting hints. No, no, no. Okay. Mm-mm.
Okay,
Man, tis
I'll just wait for the recording time to find out. Oh wait,
You'll see.
how will I see over a Zoom call?
Atlas.
Sorry, sorry. I'll be
Listen.
good now. I will attempt to be good now.
Gonna whack
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time.
you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Okay. Okay,
Sorry.
you're good. Get it out.
If I'm coughing, I can edit like
This is true.
my
You
stuff
can.
out. So if I cough, you don't have to stop.
No, I'll just talk over you.
Just ignore me.
No. Okay, are we
Just shout
ready?
louder.
I'm ready.
Ready? Okay.
Ready, Freddy?
All right. So today's episode, we're going to be diving into one of the five oceanic divisions, focusing on the largest and deepest division, the Pacific Ocean. It covers 32% of the planet's total surface area, with its deepest point reaching 10,928 meters or 35,853 feet.
That's a lot of feet.
It's a lot of feet. But we're not just talking about the Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Some listening may or may not know, and if you don't, now you do. I am a self-proclaimed mermaid.
Oh my gosh, are we talking
We're
about
not, we're not, we're
mermaids?
not.
Oh,
No, we're
why would
not.
you? Why would you
I'm
say that?
sorry. I'm sorry.
What
Next
the
time.
heck?
I'm so
Got really
listen.
excited.
I'm sorry. Sorry. But I have been since I watched The Little Mermaid for the very first time, so I am that person. I love everything about the water, and on vacation, I will spend any downtime in the water.
Shanty, do you want to play mermaids?
Yeah, yes.
We'll play mermaids.
Okay, but you know, in aquariums where those girls like pretend to be mermaids,
Those are real,
I
Shanty.
okay, but I want to be that, Leslie.
Yeah,
I
same.
want that to be me.
My mom said if your mom says it's okay, you can come over my house and play mermaids. So,
Okay. But despite how much I love the water, there is nothing scarier. Majority of the world's ocean has yet to be mapped. The ocean floor is literally moving, and the number of species that live in the ocean is unknown.
It's kind of
didn't
crazy that we know more about galaxies hundreds of thousands of light years away than we do about our own ocean.
yeah.
Right? Like,
Didn't NASA
how? Go ahead.
didn't NASA start as like a ocean exploring thing? And then they were like, nah, let's study space instead.
Oh, I actually have no idea.
I'm gonna Google it.
I don't believe so, but I may be wrong.
Huh. That would be interesting.
Did NASA start out exploring the ocean? Oh, there's no evidence to suggest that NASA was founded to explore the oceans. Just kidding. TikTok got me.
I was about to say, with a name like the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, I don't really see ocean mentioned in there, but I suppose anything is possible.
Well, actually, so AmericanOceans.org says NASA has not stopped exploring the ocean. So I don't know.
Hmm.
Oh, NASA began exploring the deep sea in 1958 and then stopped suddenly June 1978. Thereafter, the video claims NASA began working on getting us off the planet, according to USA Today. So, meh. But it's fun.
This is true.
I like to think that they saw something down there and they were like, actually, let's leave.
We better not
The
put that
cold
out
dark
there
of
just yet.
space is safer. Let's go.
Yeah.
Um, being Speaking of self-proclaimed in relation to the water, I am a self-proclaimed thalassophobe. Deep water terrifies the hell out of me, especially when I cannot see the bottom.
Oh, yeah,
And
same.
the deep ocean, and when people start talking about it, it's like, no.
It's
People are like,
scary.
Subnautica is a fun survival game, and I'm like, I don't play horror games. It's not. It is for me.
Yeah, it's scary.
The ocean is a very scary place. It freaks me out. I don't even like lakes. If I can't see the bottom, I don't want to be in it. So,
Surprisingly, that doesn't bother me.
You don't think there's
Yeah,
something
lakes.
under just like a foot from you, like just
Not in
waiting to
lakes.
grab
No.
you?
Like if it's
No,
fresh
not
water, I'm
really.
not as weirded out.
I don't know. Maybe it's because where I am, there's like alligators or crocodiles in the water.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. If that was the case here, I probably would too, but it's not.
I mean, I live in the area of some of the largest freshwater lakes in the world. They're like seas unto themselves, but I'll go swimming in Lake Michigan all the time. But was too scared to even set foot in the Pacific when I was on vacation in Florida.
Yeah.
See, I don't.
I don't know. Go figure.
I can get like knee deep in the ocean and I'm fine. Maybe waist or chest, absolute max. But I do not like lakes. So rivers, meh, doesn't bother me as much. How long have we been recording? We still don't even know what your topic is. What's your topic? This
You'll
anticipation is
find
actually going to
out.
kill me.
Will, will. It's what I do, just keeping everybody on their toes. So, according to the NOAA, or National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, ocean exploration, as
That
of
is a lot.
June, that's all I know.
Good job.
As of June 2024, only 26.1 of the seafloor has actually been mapped.
That's
The rest,
crazy.
so crazy. The rest has been unexplored and some of it has literally been unseen. Which I don't know why this is not more mind blowing to people. Like, hello?
That do be whack.
But with that being said, and so much being left unexplored, today we're taking a deep dive
No pun intended.
Ha 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 ha.
into a cryptid of the Pacific Ocean. Wow, this isn't the Fresno Nightcrawler, which, if you haven't listened to that episode, shameless plug, it's episode 6.
Very good episode.
Today, very good episode. Today, we're talking about the Deepstar 4000 fish. Have either of you ever heard about this?
Deep Star 4000?
Deepstar 4000 fish.
Is it the Doomsday Fish? That's not a cryptid. Never mind. That's a real thing. I
You
forgot what a
tried.
cryptid was for a whole second.
All that matters is you tried.
Is this real thing a cryptid? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
The
It,
Doomsday
it
Fish? It's an SCP.
no. The thing that she said, the
Oh, the Deep
4000.
Star? Yeah, it's thought to have been the largest known living fish saw by a submersible in the 1960s, I think.
Ooh,
You are
that's
correct.
so scary. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm excited. Continue
Bigger
on.
than the submersible that saw it, but anyway.
Yes. So, the Deep Star 4000 fish is a giant deep sea fish seen off the southern California coast. It was spotted by a U.S. Navy and civilian deep submergence vehicle designed by Jacques Cousteau and built by Westinghouse. And I've got some pictures that I'm gonna send to you both, and it will be posted on our socials.
Okay. It kind of
It
looks
was,
like a whale.
yeah, it actually does. That was
I
my
don't
first
know.
thought
I
also.
don't know why I see a whale in that photo. It's like the eye and then
Kind
the
of,
mouth line.
kind of curious if that was the point, but
Maybe
who knows?
they just wanted to blend in. It doesn't look
Yeah.
like a whale in other photos that I see, but in
Yeah.
that specific photo,
Probably the lighting, to be honest.
yeah.
I wonder if like oh, that is a weird random thought. When you're saying that it's a submersible that looks kind of like a whale, and I just wondered for a minute, like if fish and whales see something that looks like them, do they like regard it the same way we'd regard like a prosthetic arm or leg, where it's like, yeah, it looks right, but it looks off.
There's
Maybe.
Like if they
something
look at a
there, but
submarine is like, what happened to you, other friend whale? Why are you a robot? I don't.
oh, they might. Oh, I love that.
I would say yeah, because they do tests on other animals with like robots that look like that animal to get like wildlife videography and photos and stuff. They'll put like little robot
True.
wolves or bears or whatever or monkeys to get
I'm
photos. So
I'm gonna be hopeful and say they do because it just sounds cool.
yeah.
But this submersible was built in 1965 and retired in 1972. It was designed to take a crew up to three to a depth of 4,000 feet or 1,200 meters. The U.S. Navy Oceanographic Office used Deepstar 4000 for 13 dives during October and November 1967. Marine geology, biology, and physical properties of the water columns were studied during these dives along the east coast of the United States and the Caribbean.
Okay, question. Sorry.
Answer.
This is a
You're good.
very tangent-filled episode. Is
Hmm.
the submersible called Deep Star 4000 or is
Yes.
the
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. I thought the fish was
Well,
called Deep Star
both.
4000.
It's
The fish
named
is, yeah,
after.
because
Oh,
it's the submersible that encountered it.
Hmm.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
On one dive south of San Diego, California, crew Eugene LaFond and pilot escaped tragedy when not only the ascent system failed, but so did its backup at 3,500 feet down. The weights meant to detach and allow ascent wouldn't release, and in order to save the craft, 100 pounds of mercury was hand pumped into the ocean floor so the craft could rise.
Did we not
And
did did we not learn anything from this?
no, nope. Not a single thing,
You know where
apparently.
you know where my mind
Yes.
went. Okay. If you know, you know.
Yikes.
To be
Got
fair, this one
the
was built by someone who actually knew what they were doing and not some rich idiot billionaire.
True,
okay.
actually. True. That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, even more of did we not learn? The answer is no. But they got the 5D experience down there.
Hey,
But
you can be rich, but that don't mean you have brains, you know?
absolutely.
Money can't buy those brains.
Sure can't. Or it can hire those brains and then ignore everything they say.
Yeah, you got it.
This episode is a little everywhere. I love it.
In 1967, pilot and deep sea wildlife photographer Joe Thompson and marine biologist Jean LaFond were doing a research dive in San Diego, accompanied by engineer Dale Good. They had taken the Deepstar 4000 to approximately 4,000 feet or 1,219 meters to deploy hydrographical instruments along the seabed. While Thompson glanced through the window, he found himself face to face with a massive fish. It swiftly passed, stirring up silt from the seabed before vanishing. The sighting lasted 8 seconds. While the
Ugh.
encounter was recorded on the audio log, Thompson and LaFawn chose to remain silent for over 6 months, fearing disbelief.
I don't blame them.
I don't either. Eventually, they shared the encounter with two journalists, a cryptozoologist, and a marine writer. Keep that in mind. It goes back to one of the theories later on.
Mm-hmm.
They were impressed by the allegedly enormous size of the fish they reported. It was far larger than the 18 feet or 5-meter Deepstar 4000 and was assumed to be 25 to 40 feet or 8 to 12 meters.
Mm.
Now, to put that in perspective, I have a picture for a visual because numbers are hard sometimes.
Numbers do be hard. That is a big fish.
That is a massive
That is why
fish.
I don't like the bottom of a dark ocean that I can't see.
As well as the submersible itself, they were able to judge the fish length using the instruments that which had been placed along the seafloor prior at set intervals. It possessed gill plates, had huge pectoral fins at about 2 feet or 60 centimeters in length, a serrated rounded tail fin, which seemed to be 4 to 5 feet or 1.2 to 1.5 meters in height, Thompson, although, was struck by the unusual tail. He described it in more detail, saying it was very strange looking, rigid, jutting off its end at a 30-degree angle, and it wasn't the tail of a sea bass or a shark.
You know, that's just rude. If you can't change it in 30 seconds, don't comment on it, you know? He didn't get to pick the shape of his tail. Rude.
It's not the fish's fault.
I think you judged the fish a little bit too literally there, Liz.
Listen, he did not get to choose this, assuming maybe it's a she. I don't know. They.
Hey, who knows?
Maybe they're progressive.
No, if it's a she, that means giant fish has eggs. No.
I mean, giant fish had to come from somewhere.
No, it didn't. We're not gonna think about that.
Well, I'm just saying the fish did not get to choose their tail. So we shouldn't body shame the fish.
What if the fish did?
I feel like that would be a whole nother
You don't know life.
You're right. You're right, Atlas. You're right.
I have no idea what the hell we're talking about. Anyway.
Yeah.
He said it reminded him of an illustration of a coelacanth's tail, he said. Its eyes, which one of the first things that he saw, he said they were as big as dinner plates. The skin was dark, mottled gray-black or brown, with grayish-white tipping on the fins, scales, and tail. Thompson was certain that it was covered in scales, with those towards the anterior portion of the body being the largest, around the size of coffee cups.
That's a big eye.
It's a really big eye. But let's get into some of the theories.
Yes, please.
So while the Deepstar wasn't able to photograph the giant fish, underwater cameras operated by oceanographer John D. Isaacs in the same area produced a photograph of a, quote, large marine monster.
Interesting. Do we have that photo?
I feel like I do, but it wasn't. Hold on. I didn't like it. There was something about it. It didn't seem accurate to me, which was sussy.
All right. Well, we'll put a disclaimer here that this photo is sussy. Do y'all hear those cats?
I do hear those
Sure.
cats.
Aww. There are 3 little kittens born that had some gunk on their eyes. So I brought them inside so I can remove the gunk from their eyes and get them used to people so we could rehome them. And they are very unhappy right now. So apologies. I don't think I'll be able to cut out the mouse. So.
Oh no.
Oh no. Stress relief. Dang.
I have to listen to fur therapy.
Oh no, the horror.
Okay, I found a photo.
And what's that supposed to be now? Is it like the head?
Well,
okay, I see. I see.
Yeah. The quote unquote large marine monster.
I feel like you could get really close to like a minnow and produce the same type of photo.
This is true. So, ichthyologist Carl Hubbs identified this as a Pacific sleeper shark.
That's scary.
Isaacs, the one who was the Scripps Research Institute resident, quote, sea serpent expert, did not favor this identification. But several more sleeper shark photographs were taken later and quite often, so it assumed that they were actually common in the area.
Let's see. Sleeper shark. Oh my God, that thing's scary.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's scary. Oh, it's the one with the big old mouth. Let me see.
They all have big mouths.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's the big one. Please hold. Here we go. I'll make sure this is in the Instagram post. That's so scary. And there's someone next to it. Is that a mermaid? Looks like a mermaid, just saying.
I wish it was a mermaid. But yes, they do have those. That is an accurate picture, actually.
That is terrifying. Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I could see the resemblance. Well, actually, I don't know. I ain't no marine biologist.
See, that's from what they describe with the tail, though. The tail doesn't look right, and the body looks like the dorsal fin and all of that. It's like compared to like a serrated tail and a rounded top fin. It's like, nah, that don't look like a Pacific sleeper to me.
And not necessarily covered in scales.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The pattern I can see.
Yeah, dotted.
Yeah, but it was Isaac's marine monster photo, which actually initially induced Thompson and LaFawn to come forward with their own sighting. So they probably wouldn't have never said anything until that photo came out.
So do they think that that's the same photo, or do they think, oh, well, someone else is claiming there's large fish, so they look a little cuckoo first?
Who knows?
Mm.
Who knows? Because this was the first and last sighting, known sighting, I should say.
That doesn't surprise me, honestly. Like you
Yeah.
said at the beginning, the ocean's so big, and we haven't gone to the very, very, very bottom. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
for years, people thought the giant squid was a myth because couldn't get it. Lived
Yeah.
so deep down, never saw it.
Well, have y'all seen what are they called? Groupers, I think is
Uh
what
huh.
they're called.
You mean the things that have multiple layers of serrated, angled in teeth that, if they bite a hold of you,
Oh.
can't be taken off?
Yeah. So if you search massive groupers, like they get huge. So it doesn't shock me. It's not far-fetched to me to see a
Mhm.
fish the size of a school bus or two.
Well, those are some big boys.
Yeah, they're scary. One of them things, if I saw that behind me, I'd cry. Whenever we went on our a cruise a couple years ago, one of the what is it called? I almost said exorcisms. What is it called? The what is that called? What is that word? Excursion. Good grief. The excursions, we did one where it was snorkeling and I was, face down in the water, looking at all the fish, and I look over and I see like this fin in the water. Whole ass
Mm.
panic attack I had. It was someone on a surf, like a surfboard just
Oh my
following us
God.
to make sure everyone was okay. I had a freaking heart attack. I screamed underwater. No one heard me.
Kind of a scary thought that no one can hear you underwater screaming, but
Yeah.
my God, they're huge.
That's a
See,
small one, comparatively
I
speaking.
I hate it. See, scary. I love it, but I hate it.
But the crazy thing is, despite their freaky look, despite their size, and despite like the razor sharp teeth that they have, they're ridiculously gentle.
yeah, they're like they won't, at least from what I've seen, they won't hurt
They
you,
no,
but they're
like
so
they
big.
love to follow divers around just
Mm.
because they're
To get
curious.
food.
Yeah, they usually will get. Yeah,
So actually, look at the
could have
pattern.
been just like a ridiculously huge grouper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because look at that pattern. It's that gray, white. It's not necessarily scaly,
It's
but
got the serrated tail.
it could look scaly. Hmm.
But like that one in the photos you just posted, that's about as large as they are documented to get.
Yeah.
Mm.
So one that's 40 feet long, holy shit, that would be an old grouper because they don't
Mm-hmm.
stop growing as long as they live. They're one of those kind of animals, like a lobster. So that would be a very, very old grouper if the
Mm-hmm.
deep, if the I cannot English, the Deepstar 4000 fish was a grouper. That would be a very, very old grouper.
I feel
It would
like
not surprise me.
I feel like we solved this, honestly.
Hey,
It's just a really
maybe.
old big grouper.
There is, however, one other problem though.
Huh.
The Goliath groupers, the ones that get that big and look like that, they live in the Atlantic Ocean.
Plot
Oh,
twist.
So
maybe. Hmm. You know, life finds a way.
also, it occurs to me that I said earlier I was too afraid to set foot in the Pacific when I was in Florida, which is not physically possible. So,
Yeah, it's the other side.
fix that to Atlantic.
Eh, I
I
think
do
it's,
know where the oceans around my home country are. I'm just sleep deprived, I think.
you know, there's been a lot going on the past few months for us. So,
This is true.
hmm, I think it's a massive grouper.
Okay, we'll hold that thought.
Okay.
Okay. Carl Hubbs suggested that the Deepstar 4000 fish could have been a very large oh my God, specimen of this shark, even though no sleeper shark is known to grow the estimated size reported.
Hmm.
John Isaacs later reported photographing a 30-foot or 9-meter sleeper shark near Hawaii, but the average size actually recorded is roughly 12 feet, 12 to 14 feet, or 3 to 4 meters long.
That's so
Other large,
scary.
so scary. Other large sleeper sharks have been reported, including one off of Japan, which was falsely represented as a megalodon on the internet for years after its recording. And I'll
Mhm.
also attach photos of those. I'm sure you both have
Oh
seen
yeah.
that.
Honestly, I thought you were going to be talking about the megalodon at
No.
first. Oh, I did look it up, by the way. Grouper fish can be in the Atlantic, also the Pacific, and Indian Oceans. So
Mm,
that theory's
okay.
back on the table.
Okay, we're back. Okay.
That's a that's a scary thing.
Yeah. Richard Ellis also points out that the sleeper shark have comparatively smaller eyes, which wouldn't warrant Thompson's dinner plate comparison.
You know it does have
Neither
large eyes?
the grouper.
The grouper. Continue.
In one of the photos you posted, it does have like an abnormally large eye, I will say.
Yeah. It might just be angle as well, but they
True.
do have like that fish's eyes probably the size of that person's hand. So
Yeah, true.
multiply it by like, I don't know, 5, 10. You could get a dinner plate, a large dinner plate.
It's scary.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Thompson nor LaFond accepted the sleeper shark as what they had seen. Matt Billy, an American author who has written 3 books on cryptozoology, feels the animal was likely an undescribed species, and that if it was a bony fish rather than a shark, it would be the largest and heaviest on record. The largest known deep sea bony fish is the, I am gonna butcher this, sorry, Yokozuna slickhead, which
Listen,
can,
I wouldn't know the difference.
I,
So,
I don't know, can potentially grow up to 9 feet long. And they also, 9 feet or not, they look kind of scary too.
oh my God. That's scarier
Yeah.
than the shark. Not gonna lie.
Those eyes, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a no for me right there.
Yeah.
Like the one on the left there just kind of looks like
He's derpy,
suspicious. Like,
Looks a
but
little
who are
goofy.
you
he
and why are
looks
you
like
looking at me?
he looks like he's been evading his taxes for 4 years. So
And just got caught.
it's like
How do you
here to
how do you
knock
know
on the
that
door.
look, Les?
No reason. Just a guess.
The one on the right looks angry.
You're telling me you haven't paid your taxes?
Wow.
Why is the IRS on our doorstep, Jim?
God damn
Uh,
it, Jim. Several of the Deepstar 4000 fish fit this theory, including its large eyes, mottled gray-black scales, pronounced gill plates, and rounded tail fins.
Tin fill.
Tin fills. So, my question to you both, well, I guess questions to you both, and everyone listening, sound off in those comments. Do you believe in the Deepstar 4000 fish? Do you believe it's a sleeper shark or a slickhead or now a grouper? Do you
Listen,
believe
I
this
believe.
sighting was made up for attention because going back, they did bring it up to journalists, a cryptozoologist, and a marine writer. So kind of sus there of who they brought it up to. Or do you believe this is something completely undiscovered in our ocean?
so question before my final thought.
Yes.
Did they have like audio recording or anything?
On the submersible, they sure did.
Yes. And is there audio of them going, "Oh, what the hell is that?"
Not that I have been able to find.
Okay. Well, they could have like trashed it. I'm sure it was a black box thing though.
I mean, yeah, this was 1967, so
Oh, okay. Well, that's right. But okay, I just sent y'all another photo. Groupers of the world. Look at the tails.
Groupers of the
The
world unite.
the peacock grouper has that weird tail shape, but
Mm-hmm.
the giant grouper has the serrated, and the tail shape is similar, just not as long. I think it's a giant grouper.
Okay,
I feel like
so
that's not far
it
fetched.
is.
I want it to be the potato grouper because that just has a better name.
Yeah,
Honestly, agreed.
you're right.
I feel like it's all of these groupers just had a baby, but the baby was massive.
Raised by community.
Okay, so families of the same animal very often descend from a specific ancestor species.
Kind of like people with blue eyes.
Yeah, similar. Or
Mhm.
like how all dog breeds in the world were bred from original domesticated wolves for the
Yeah.
most part. So I wonder then, was it maybe because we found prehistoric animals that we thought that were extinct that were still alive, like the coelacanth,
hmm
or however you pronounce it. I always butcher it. So
Yeah.
I wonder if it was a grouper and if it was like, since it seems like all these different groupers have aspects of them that were on the Deepstar 4000, if it was in fact a member of the grouper's ancestor species that was still alive. And if it was prehistoric, that would also explain its size.
hmm Listen, I'm down with the grouper theory.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly, me too. I'm down with all of them. Had a little had a little monster and boom,
yeah. Or the little monster. By little, I mean the big monster.
the big
Big
monster.
monster had a bunch of little monsters. Let's see this depiction. I mean, so the mouth kind of looks like the leopard coral grouper. The front fins kind of look like the potato boy. I'm running with it's a grouper. But also that's just however much time had passed between them describing it. So that could have just been like a artist imagination making, more of a beak versus a
Mm-hmm.
mouth. But
Mm-hmm.
I truly think it's a grouper.
Yeah, I'm about that theory, to be honest.
It I don't think it's fake or made up. It is kind of like you went to a journalist, but I mean, who else are you gonna really tell? I guess. Like you could tell your family. But
Mm-hmm.
if you saw something however long ago, and then you see something else come out on, well, I say online, in the newspaper, on TV, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
saying giant fish in this part of the ocean, I would probably write that person and be like, hey, I saw this too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, tell me your experience. Give me more details. I'll give you the details that I have for mine, vice versa. So
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't like throw up too many red flags for me because I'd probably do the same thing.
And honestly, as one was a deep sea wildlife photographer, and the other one was a marine biologist. So I feel like you don't really need to lie about something like that for a
Oh,
little
yeah.
publicity. But
And clearly they had the money or funding at the very least to be able to do that. So it's not like they
yeah.
were reaching. I mean, maybe they spent all their money on the submersible. Who knows? Maybe it was. But even if we eliminated the Deepstar 4000 from this entirely, if you told me or asked me, do you think there's a giant fish somewhere in the bottom of the ocean? I'd say yeah.
Yep, 100% scary down there.
Mm-hmm. I feel like, what is that diagram called? Is it a Venn diagram? The two circles with the overlapping in the middle?
I believe so.
Venn diagram, yeah.
Okay. So if you have a Venn diagram, one side is like space, and the other side is the ocean. The middle is aliens and monsters. I mean, I'm not ruling anything out. We don't know what's down there. So we don't know what's up there.
Or anywhere, really.
hmm I don't know what's across the field from my house right now. Could
Are we
be.
in a simulation?
It's just a giant game of Sims. So Elon Musk proved that in his little photo shoot thing. Did y'all see that?
No,
The
I
photographer's
don't.
like pose, and he was doing straight up like Sims poses. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
I swear to God, I read Elon Musk and I keep going.
Okay, I found it. I'm gonna send it to you both on TikTok. By the way, Shanty, your location is really messing up our tiki-taki sharing because I can't create a group because you're in Canada.
Listen, okay, TikTok. I'm gonna call out TikTok right now. TikTok hates Canadians. I'm gonna say it.
You think so?
We don't have TikTok shop.
Oh, wow. That's rude.
No TikTok creators are allowed to make money from TikTok.
Wow.
We get nothing.
Wow. TikTok do better. Or Canada do better. One of the two.
TikTok do better, to be honest. It's TikTok's fault. Hot take. I don't like you.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Cool.
But anyway, it's a simulation. There's a giant grouper at the bottom of the ocean,
For real.
living his best life.
Oh, what's that movie with it's a Jim Carrey movie and it's like Big Brother. Everyone is watching his life. Oh
Truman
shoot.
Show.
Yes.
Love that movie.
What is
Such
it
a
called?
good movie.
The Truman Show.
Show.
Oh, I've never seen
Have you
that.
seen it?
What?
Okay, we're
Can
watching
we-
that.
Can we still be friends?
No, we can
Once
not be
you watch it,
friends.
our friendship
Yeah.
can resume.
There's like
Exactly.
a 72-hour time frame to be able to watch it. Listen, Shanty had
72-hour
never
friendship
seen
hiatus.
Jurassic Park. Okay,
Listen.
that's more serious in my opinion, considering how we met. So
Look, you can't put the heat on me just to take the heat off of you,
I
okay?
sure can, and I just did.
That's pretty shitty, Liz. Not gonna
We're
lie.
talking about the Truman Show.
Shh, 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 shh.
No, no, no. No, no, no. That's such a good show. A movie, by the way. We actually need to watch it.
Agreed.
I'm down. This weekend?
But
Question mark.
sure, yeah.
We have derailed so much this episode.
Yeah. It's okay.
So sorry. I don't know if people are gonna like this. May be our most
Giant
hated
fish.
episode or our most loved, and I'm not sure which. So
Let us know. Do you hate the vibes? Do you love the vibes? What's better?
you can show us in downloads because we can see, like, if this episode gets 30, 50, 60, 100 downloads, we'll know that you like it. But if it only gets like 10, then we know it's not a fan favorite. Well, I think I've said my piece. It's a giant grouper underwater,
agreed.
and I don't think they're necessarily lying. I think it's very possible, and that's on that.
I would go as far to say that we would be ignorant to say that they were lying.
Yeah,
Because how do you know?
and maybe they are, but again, how would we know?
How would we know?
They could have lied about the experience, but there could be a fish that size underwater, at the bottom.
Imagine if they actually lied about
I
it.
completely believe it. I mean, we've found species we thought were extinct. We've discovered things that we thought were myths because no one saw them for the longest time, except for stories. The Pacific Ocean is absolutely vast and ridiculously deep, and we really don't know too much about what's at the bottom. It's 110%, I believe, they saw this thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. We basically know nothing.
Basically, we're just babies. So,
Crazy.
well, I think this was a fun episode, personally. So, I had a great time.
Heck yeah.
Yes. Any other thoughts?
Outro
Or is
time?
it
Question mark?
outro time?
I think it's outro time.
Atlas did outro time last time. I can do outro time this time. Clear the throat. See if I can get through this. Thank you all so much for listening to our podcast. As always, you can find any pictures pertaining to the story posted on our socials. All links to our social media accounts are on our link tree at linktr.ee/cyrtpod. Be sure to rate, review, and download our episodes wherever you listen, as rating and downloading helps us a ton. Have topic suggestions or want to share a story? Send us an email at cyrtpod@gmail.com. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.